Good morning, good morning. Dr. Gary on the road. Dental practice is for sale. We're dental practice brokers. Hey, I've been doing this for 11 years and I was a dentist for 25 years. All the information you're about to hear is for entertainment purposes. It is not legal or business advice. Our contact information is www.dentalpracticeguide.com. dentalpracticeguide.com. That's our website. Look it up. Many of our information is on there, much of our information. And our phone number is 201-663-0935. Call us anytime. We're up from 7:30 in the morning East Coast time till 9:30 at night. We are here to accommodate you. Sellers, whether you have a large or a small practice, we can help you, especially the large ones where many of the DSO pay our commission, and therefore it's no cost to you. In addition, when you work with us, often I can get your legal fees reimbursed, depending on certain criteria. We work 363 days a year. We take off Christmas and Easter, and that's it. Our phone is answered constantly. Carry it with us constantly. So the only time we don't pick it up is when we're swimming in the ocean or when we're flying. But we always pick it up. So we're happy to take any calls you have. If you're a seller and you want to evaluate your practice, we'll be happy to give you an analysis at no charge and give you some pulse of where the marketplace is at. So getting back to things, we try to give you live information what happened today. We just got a phone call an hour ago. We had visited this doctor about 3 weeks ago. He was having trouble selling his practice, grossing about $465,000. Decent practice, 4 operatories, nice suburban community. He called us up and says, it's now been 1 year and I've had 2 brokers. Nobody's been able to sell the practice. What are we, healthcare practice sales, Dr. Gary, what are we going to do any different was his question. And I thought I would just summarize why I feel we're a little different than anyone else. First of all, you've got to analyze what's going on with the buyers. What buyers are coming there? Any buyer that comes there should have pre-qualified from the bank and a discussion with the buyer that if they're going to put a deal together, we highly suggest a dental attorney. That's the way to put deals together. You need a dental attorney. Next, what type of marketing? Now, the type of marketing we're going to do, we're in different platforms. We're on the internet. We're on Craigslist, Dentaltown. We're about 4 or 5 different areas that will market and advertise. But our biggest and most successful deals, they come from our existing buyers. We have a list of over 400 buyers and previous sellers, and we email blast them every week. So a practice like this is what I was trying to tell the doctor, and it was a PPO, fee-for-service practice. A practice like this, we're going to send an email blast out to 400 of our previous buyers and sellers. So they're going to get firsthand. And that's where a lot of our sales go, to our previous buyers or sellers. Sellers sometimes want another practice. So we'll get that information out. Secondly, what we're going to do is we are going to accompany the buyer wherever possible, if we're not out of the state. We'll accompany the buyer to visit the seller. Certainly on a $465,000 practice, that's something that should be required. We want to be there. So we don't want to send the buyer alone. We want to accompany the buyer. So we're always watching the deal is what we do. And that's another thing. Next thing, CPA accountants. I believe we're the only broker that has 2 CPA accountants on staff. And this is our primary business. Healthcare practice sales, dental practice brokerage is our main business. We're not an accounting firm that does brokerage on the side. We are full-time dental practice brokerage. So we have the 2 CPA accountants that can assist. And what they could do is tabulate what the true value of the practice is by taking out all the discretionary. We're able to boost the seller's net profit or even to bottom line up. We could do that if we get the right data. And then we could do a comparative analysis of the doctor's data to what the norms are. For example, if you're paying any more than about 5-6% for supplies, and even that's high, but even if you're paying any more than about 5%, there's something wrong. So we've got to identify why we see 20% for supplies. Something's wrong there. And then also, a lot of that could be discretionary expenses in the practice, and we must identify that too. We do quite a good job at identifying that, lowering the overhead and increasing the profit, and then presenting that to the buyer and to the bank. I was quite fortunate that one of the bankers told me that our packages of information are very solid when we give it, and they have a lot of credence, a lot of truth in them. They're reliable. That is, whenever we give an information package to the bank, there's no really gray areas. So we are just different in those. Those are just some of the respects. Plus, the bankers and the attorneys know what we're like going to the closing table. You know, to move the deal forward, we're there if there's a problem with the buyer, there if there's a problem with the seller. That's really important. Sometimes either the seller or the buyer have to have their hand held and carry them right through to the closing, and we're able to do that. Also, what we do, there's a breakdown in communication between buyer and seller. Even if the buyer is a DSO, we are in between. We're there to negotiate. We're using our 25 years of dental experience, our 11 years of dental practice brokerage to help move that deal along, because there's an emotional issue in these deals too, and we want to be there for the buyer or seller. So we are on it 24/7. We love what we do. We like the action, the excitement, and that's what makes us different. All right, give us a call. Be happy to chat. We're looking good. Going to the beach now. Bye.